Welcome back to the Case of the Golden Idol. This is episode 2, in which we're going to look at chapter 2. Maybe all of chapter 2, who knows? But let's remind ourselves of what happened in chapter 1. Welcome, hope you're having a good day. Yes, that's all I hope. I hope for nothing more, nothing less. Good day to you, good day to me. Let's remind ourselves what happened in chapter 1 of this sort of pointy, clicky mystery detective thing. First, while Dr. Oberon Geller was surveying the poor weather at the looking glass, his expedition partner, Albert Cloudsley Esquire, suddenly pushed him off the cliff. Now, this prologue was a long while back because Albert Cloudsley was the father of this fella. I can't remember what his name was, but it was a Cloudsley. Who I think he was studying spontaneous combustion. Went out for a horse ride, fell off his horse, died. Sad tale. But then he wrote a will. And he wrote a will, but he didn't leave anything to his nephew, Peter Batley. Peter Batley was furious he didn't leave anything to his nephew. So he tried to steal back a golden idol he left to his friend Willard, the person who died, Cloudsley, Lord. But Willard was like, who will he do? Golden Idol magic, set his goons on fire and cheesed it. So that's where we are in the story. Let's go to chapter 2. The Cursed Imbalance. And looks like we're starting here. So part 4. Some kind of card game? Let's have a look. The Murder at the Little Mermaid. Okay, that was not what we saw in the little preview picture. There's nothing clickable under my head, but I will show you what there is. There's some barrels. Okay. So, we're in an attic space, I think, or at least the top floor. Maybe this is the attic space. 2 rooms separated by, I'm guessing, a hallway, and there's like a steps down or a ladder down, I'm not sure. All right. Left to right. So this is the window. We're looking down out of the window at the ground below, which maybe it's snowy because there's footsteps. Why did that bugger give me a note when he knows damn well I can't read? Unusual fella here. He's got some sticks strapped to his back. He's got with him an old rusty half of shears. Oh, only half a shear. A stale piece of bread. And a note that says, you can lie low for a couple of days in the old oarsman's place down at the docks. What has this fella been up to? Maybe we'll find out. Okay. There's a trapdoor to the attic above. An empty bed. Not warm, so not recently used. A little flower picture. Sure. We can go through this door. The door does not open. So locked on the inside, or it says locked. It's a locked door. Go through this door. The door does not open, but it does have the key in it. There's also another latch up to the attic. Trapdoor, they call it. And this is a dandelion picture, whereas this was, I don't know, an iris? Revenge. RR. Okay. Written in the blood of this man. Oh dear. Not your day. This man is not breathing. Well, I would be surprised if he was. He's got blood coming out of his side. He's been probably stabbed in the gut. He's got a walking cane. And he's also got a ring with a ruby. Lots of people have rings with rubies in this game. Okay. Little toolbox. What is this? Just a little box. Or it's a bag. It's a little bag. Little square bag. Okay. It's a time. A pocket watch. It says, to my dear Maurice. The watch is ticking. So the time when we arrive to survey the scene, if the watch is ticking and accurate, is 2:25 in the morning. You can see from the stars that it's late at night. Oh, there's more in here. Okay, yep. And there's like a little cushioned case that's empty. And plays music. Okay. And out the window. Oi, oi. Smashed window. This guy says, "Alarm, alarm, a break-in." He's got a watchman's lantern. He's got a watchman's rattle, and his name is Henry Parker. He's watchman number 2, and he's got a little spear. Can we click on these? Shards of glass lie in the mud. Thank you, Henry Parker. Oh, and one more thing. Got soup. A washing bowl filled with slightly bloody water. Okay, it's not soup. That is the opposite of soup. A letter. With nothing I can click on. Dear Proud Beast Master, I have attended our departed brother's send-off and accepted the keephood that he bestowed upon our brotherhood in his will. Ah, so is this Willard? I shall send this letter tomorrow, September 10th. I hope it will reach you without delay. Now already it is midnight. I will retire to my bed, for this has been a long day. May Griffon awaken. Proud Beast Initiative. Okay. Lots of information here. None of it immediately usable. Departed brother's send-off. Now, we're using brother in the colloquial term, not blood term. Accepted the keepsake that he bestowed upon our brotherhood in his will. So I reckon this is Willard. Doesn't look like Willard. Maybe it does. I don't know. Let's have a look at him again. It could be. So Willard had the gold. Willard was bequeathed his golden idol. I guess we go downstairs. Aha, here's the poker game. Again, there's nothing under my head, but you can have a look. See? Let's do the people first, and then look at this mermaid shit. Yeah, let's do the people first. And then the stuff. Tell me, what does that man have that I lack? Are we supposed to recognize any of these people? Okay, he's got a hand of cards. 7 pence. Now that's normal money. A key, maybe for the left-hand room. And a small sword. Okay. She... Be calm, John. He was a perfect gentleman. He brought me a drink and then retired upstairs. Okay, so someone has charmed this woman. This is John. But not all the way to bed. She's got a hand of cards. 2 shillings and 4pence. And also a key. So maybe she's in the room to the left. And a stiletto blade. And her letter says, to Annie. This is Annie. You are beautiful like a rose. For you I'll take any blows. Annie, you are like a glass of wine. Your hair is very fine. I'll find gold in a mine. If that makes you forever mine. Your piglet full of love. Absolutely horrendous. Awful. Oh, there's more. Annie. Yep. What about this guy? Ah, we've seen him before. Where have we seen him before? I mean, it could have only been the spontaneous combustion scene. I think he's the guy. He's the stable hand. Anyway, just steal the next one. It's all luck anyway. He's got hand of cards, 3 shillings and 2pence, a dagger, and a key. Okay, a spear, a small sword, a shear, a stiletto, and a dagger. Lots of stabby weapons on hand. Don't forget our man upstairs was stabbed. Here's the note. Remember, you, as an agent of our trading company, have to reflect its values to the fullest. Never be late. The client leaves the port on the 10th. 2. Be persuasive. Do not take no for an answer. We must get the client's product. 3. Be effective. Once you have the product, deliver it to me immediately with the servant boy. And most importantly, no matter what you do, be mindful of our reputation. Our names must remain spotless. Oh yeah, I forgot you could do this. Okay, going around the room then. On the desk, we've got cards on the table, and most importantly, initials. I think these are scores. So, AG is probably Annie. WW, I think, is going to be our man upstairs with the golden idol, who's dead. Whose name I forgot. ME, probably Maurice. Ooh, and then it changes. So the next game, Annie, John, and Unsure. And then Annie, John, and... Oh, maybe this is Annie. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. Who's this guy? Oh, mother, forgive me. I'll never gamble with something so dear to me again. Ah, so he's been playing as well. A violin. A Navajo folding blade. And a key. Look at this. Simple violin. Oh, we haven't clicked on this guy. Where did that blasted boy go? Oh, I really need a piss. And he's got a kitchen knife, a partially peeled lemon, and a ring of various keys, so he can get about the place. Dear Oscar Boynton, September 8th. So, there was something about September 10th, the guy upstairs, about collecting the idol. Anyway, it's come to our attention that the good owner of the Lady Mermaid offers services to those who want to transfer products that are less agreeable to the authorities. I'll combine 3 days. If you still have some spare space in your gin barrels and are willing to earn extra money, reach out to me. So, Oscar Boynton, I think the landlord of the Little Mermaid, and I believe might be OB. Alright, let's do a little bit of housekeeping quickly. I think this is Oscar Boynton. And I think this is Annie. This, we haven't got his name yet. This guy was... Nope. Henry Parker is the guy. He's the alarm guy, so you're Henry Parker. Everyone else unclear at the moment. But one of you guys is Maurice, I think. According to this, we've got 2 A's, an AG and an AB. WW upstairs, an ME, I think that's Maurice. OB, that's you. And a JB. That's a John, probably. Okay. Let's keep going through the room. At the Little Mermaid Inn, Amazing Evans' musical performance. September 11th. Event shall commence at 11 PM. So this is September the 9th. Did I say September 11th? September 9th. Evans. So this guy... Evans. Now the quiz. Right, hang on. Slump. Right, we got this. Let's stay over here for now. Sorry that I'm facing away. My little circle's facing away, but it's the best I can do. So, Maurice Evans utterly tanked his game. He lost. And Maurice Evans was saying, don't ever let me gamble that much again, right? I'll never gamble so dear to me again. So, I think he lost. So I think you're Maurice Evans. That makes sense. So we got... So here's the interesting thing. Which one of these is Annie? Because we know Annie went upstairs with presumably our fella, whose name I forgot from the last chapter. WW. Funny thing is, I said his name at the beginning of the chapter and I've forgotten it. So, if she went upstairs with him, has she only just come back and now joining the current game, which is now in progress? I'm going to tentatively say Annie. But we'll come back to this. We've got lots of things to find. Whoop. Okay. Wanted. Robert Redruth. Escaped convict. Reward £50. Let's have a look at his face. That's our guy, isn't it? That's our guy. He's outside. What is he up to? £50 is a lot of money as well. Okay. Tab. Green. Brieg and Blair. Are these... So this is what they've been drinking. So Green has drunk 3 glasses of wine. Brieg has drunk 4 glasses of wine. Brieg has drunk 3 glasses of wine. Blair has drunk 1 glass of wine. Let's just do that for a second. Okay. Interesting. The A to Z thing puts them in alphabetical order and colour order. So it groups them by colour, and then that's good. That's much better than I thought. Okay, we've still got to look at this and then a door, so let's have a look at this. All right, Dandelion Room, Willard Wright. One night. Forget Me Not Room, Ash Blair. One night. Okay, so let's go back to thinking. So Annie is this person. Oops. Because this is Ash. Ash Blair. And this is Willard. Right. And where are you? Willard. Right. The keeper of the golden idol. For now. So Annie and Ash are currently playing. John is also playing. Ash Blair. I should put Ash Blair. Sorry, Maurice Evans is the violin player. I meant the violin player when I was putting him in. I just put him on the wrong guy. Maurice Evans is the violin player. You're Ash Blair. Yeah, don't confuse me like that. So that leaves us with... Hope you don't mind my face being over here. Hi. Green. Briage. Blair. So Annie Green. She's still playing. Green, Briage and Blair. They're the ones that are tab going because they're the ones currently still in the bar, right? Everyone else would have paid up their tab. They wouldn't have an ongoing tab. And this is your Oscar Boynton. He had a game. And that must be Maurice Evans. I guess we didn't put him in. Haha! Okay, good. That made sense. That all worked out well. I hope that made sense to you. From the way it kind of played out. So John... Alright, we've got to also make sure we filled all these in. So this must be our John Briage guy, right? Currently playing game. So those are all correct. And from there, let's move this back over here because this is the more helpful names. Right, someone crept into someone's room through the something. While something and something and something were playing cards with loud music. A fight ensued upstairs and somebody got stabbed with a something. That's a good question. So, what are the clues? Let's go upstairs again. RR. Robert Redruth. Okay, so obviously Robert Redruth is the obvious answer. But, I mean, writing RR. Let's go back. Let's see what the note... He's got a little note on him, right? And what does the note say? You can lie low for a couple of days. Why did that bugger give me a note he knows damn well I can't read? This strikes me as a setup. Right? This strikes me... And this is going to be entirely conjecture, right? Unless I can find something more obvious. This guy is jealous that, what's his face? Willard Wright got flirty with Annie. Perfect gentleman, brought me a drink and then retired upstairs. And he's probably like, oh shit, I killed him. So this is my thought. He's jealous. He killed Willard Wright out of jealousy because he fancies Annie. Like, he's written her this. He's her piglet full of love. Now. Is it any clue about the way he's written revenge? Not really. Revenge? So I was like, oh, has he written revenge in a weird way? This is locked from the inside. Shards of glass in the mud. So shards of glass in the mud suggest the glass was broken outwards, not inwards. So my thought is, I'm going to need to check which room he is in. John Briage went to his room, went up through the trapdoor, down through this trapdoor, stabbity, stabbity, stab. Let's frame RR. Smash the window. Are there footsteps? They're your footsteps. Okay, I'm not surely sure how it all plays out. Obviously, the door's locked from the inside. Back up through here, I guess. At some point, he bumps into Robert Redruth, notorious ne'er-do-well, gives him a note, which is the which will pin the blame on him. Knowing Robert Redruth can't read, so he won't know that the note pins the murder on him. Goes back inside, perfectly satisfied that the murder's taken place without anyone noticing. He's got muddy boots, but that's not a thing we can focus on. But he has got muddy boots. Where is the forget-me-not room was Ash Blair. And you're Ash Blair, right? Where's your key? Now the trick is knowing what a forget-me-not is. Is that a forget-me-not? If that's a forget-me-not, it's all luck anyway. Interesting. What is this telling us? If the left room is Ash Blair's room, yeah, maybe it's Ash Blair. Maybe it's not. Maybe the love jealousy thing is a red herring. Maybe the poetry is meant to suggest this guy's not very cunning. He writes very shit kind of remedial poetry. Maybe he's not cunning enough to pull off a ruse like this. Maybe this is the cunning guy, and he wants to get his hand on the golden idol for the client, but he needs to do it and keep the reputation of everyone involved spotless. So he has to frame this other guy, right? So he goes into his room, the room on the left, does all that shit I said, frames the guy outside, Robert Redford, and Bob's your uncle. So that's my thinking. So let's do it. This guy, Ash Blair, crept into Willard Wright's room through the trapdoor. While well, definitely Annie Green. Who's playing cards at this point? It's going to be these three because Willard Wright is obviously not. So it's this game of cards during which it takes place. So it's after Willard Wright stopped playing, but before Ash Blair's come down to start playing. So these three are playing. It's a quiet night at the pub if it's a big music night and the bartender's able to sit down and play cards. It's a shame. Okay, a fight ensued and Willard Wright got stabbed with... Right, what have you got? A dagger. I nearly went the wrong way on that. I had to... Yeah. So, a man going by the name of Ash Blair crept into Willard's room through the trapdoor to steal something important. But when he opened the music box, it woke Willard and a fight ensued. Of course, the music box. In the fracas, Ash stabbed Willard and attempted to frame an escaped convict. Perfect. And now we get probably a loud cutscene from this horrible mermaid. Good morning, innkeeper. I heard a man was murdered here a week ago. Aye, the deranged convict did him in. Now bugger off. Tell me more about the evening when Willard Wright died. I'll make it worth your while. Who is this dandy fellow? With 3 fingers. No, 4 fingers. Part 2 of Chapter 2. The Intoxicating Dinner Party. Right, we can nail this. Here we go. Ooh, fanciness. Right. The rule is, click on people first, and then we click on the room left to right. Let's look at this horrible little boy. Oh, these coats sure are fine coats. An expensive cigar. Little Pip, run to the city and grab me some Ash Blair tobacco and a bottle of gin. I'll pay you when I'm back. David. Wait, wasn't Ash Blair the name of the guy who did the murder last time? Is he a tobacco magnate? Okay. This is Little Pip. Little Pip. All right, left to right. That's going up the stairs, so we won't do that. Let's look at the fine coats. which we've got the word pocket. An overcoat and a hat. An overcoat and a hat. A box of cigars, from which a cigar appears to be missing. Little Pip. A couple of notes. Note number 1. Dear Miss Richards. This is March the 1st. I enjoyed your company tremendously when I visited your father last month. I'm certain that you would wish to hear the rest of my thoughts on the shortcomings of our society. I invite you and your father to a dinner on April the 8th at my manor. Sincerely, Edward Cloudsley. With the seal of the Cloudsleys. And then this. Dear Mary, here's something for your diary from me. For you, I would fight a tiger and win. Peter Batley. Now, Peter Batley was the nephew who gambled too much. Now, I've lost track of the years. Have we gone back in time or something, or what? Okay, lots of coats and overcoats. And you grabbed me some Ashblair tobacco and a bottle of gin. So you've stolen this cigar, Little Pip. Okay. In the ceramic jug of this statue is a syringe with some liquid left in it. Okay, in the door, up the stairs. Up the stairs. Oh my god. Oh my god, someone is dead or passed out. This guy's waving a fork around. There's an argument going on. Oh lord. Right, here we go. This is horrible. An embroidered handkerchief. Can't see how it's embroidered. I feel like we've seen this guy before. It's poison. Nobody touch a thing and nobody move. I'll send for the doctor right away. This is an Edward Cloudsley handkerchief. And we've got an interesting blue key and an interesting orange key. This guy. She does seem rather unwell. This is extremely upsetting. £4 and a shilling. Oh dear. The lady is not breathing and her face is blotched. Ah, it's the woman, it's the Edward Cloudsley's sister who went to the colonies. This is all her stuff. Yeah. And this guy's like, you killed my aunt, you devil! I should execute you on the spot. Ah, this is Batley. Peter Batley. The gambling nephew. A pack of cards, £2, and a fork. So who was he in love with that he'd fight a tiger for? Okay, we've got an opaque bottle labelled water, a roast, a salad bowl, a half-filled carafe of amber liquid labelled brandy, a half-full bottle of red liquid labelled wine, an almost full carafe of yellow liquid containing lemons, and a half-empty bottle of cloudy liquid labelled peptic tonic. Okay, what's this guy say? Oh my lord, that has nothing to do with me. So we've got unusual orange key, unusual blue key, a small simple key, a shilling. Note to self, when you get frustrated when working, remember the tale of the rich lord who married his donkey, and you'll feel better. And this note that says, ensure the beautiful lady sits next to me during dinner, and I'll slip you a shilling. Peter Batley. Peter Batley up to his old tricks. So who's the beautiful lady? I'm guessing it's this one, because you're more... Well, not only are you a lady, but you're not related to him, because this is his aunt. Okay, what's on the table? Okay, you're in the thinking panel. So this is where everyone's sat. We're going to be able to figure that out. This is cloudy liquid, untouched. Salad. Partially empty clear liquid. Partially empty cloudy liquid. Partially empty red liquid. Partially eaten roast. Partially empty red liquid. Partially eaten salad. Partially smoked cigar. Partially empty amber liquid. Partially empty red liquid. Partially empty roast. Partially eaten salad. And partially empty yellow liquid. Okay, this is going to be some kind of piece it all together jobby, isn't it? We clicked on everything. Yeah, let's keep going. Oh, there's a lot in this house, isn't there? Okay. A safe. Within it, a golden idol and a bag. Okay. Waste paper bin. Well, well, Edmund. You seem pretty pleased after the old boy passed away and a spot freed up for you in the House of Lords. Take care of those with whom you ally. Oh yeah, Edmund is the politician, isn't he? He's not the guy that died. Take care of those with whom you ally. I have friends and will deal with you swiftly if you dare cross me. Lord George Bridges. Oh, there's more. And it's got the seals on it. What was this seal? Don't know. Edmund Cloudsley. January. Once more you've failed to answer our requisition. This is the last warning you'll receive. The transgressions against us demand amends. The only course of action is to have you surrender yourself to our justice. Last chance for repentance, serpent, or we will unleash one of our stewards upon you. Brotherhood of Masks. What is Edmund got himself into? The revolution will come for the likes of you, you crooked bastard. Soon you will pay for your sins against honest common folk with your blood. The final vanguard. There's lots of groups, isn't there? And this note is, Dear Uncle, February, I hear you're interested in Lady Richards. I think you're too old for her. I shall court her instead. Secondly, please lend me £300. It is small change to you and I am desperately in need of it at present. Truly yours, Peter Batley. Peter Batley, you're the worst. All right, what's in the desk? February. Dear Edmund, this cannot continue. Since my return and move into Sebastian's manor, he's asked me for financial support 7 times. He's clearly unable to take any monetary responsibility. Please, I need your help, dear brother. Rose Cubert. Rose Cubert is the woman who's currently been poisoned, who moved to the colonies. Dear Edmund, March 6th. I like your idea. Let's send him to the colonies where his violent nature will make him feel at home. I hear you're having dinner with Lady Mary and her well-to-do father, Lothar. If Peter and I were to join you, we could beguile him with tales of adventures in the colonies, so we could ship him away. Sincerely, Rose Cubert. Little note here that says, Mrs. Baker starting date, 1787 August. That's last year, compared to these other notes. Position housemaid, yearly wage, £9. Okay, so maybe we'll identify her. Another little safe. Safe has peptic tonic. 2 sealed bottles of cloudy liquid labeled peptic tonic. And a little note. Due to the sensitivity of your stomach, I advise abstaining from alcohol for the next month. Also consider a glass of peptic tonic before eating to avoid upsetting your digestive system. And a little bottle of opium, sealed. So these are all letters to Edmund. And these are letters from, yeah, also to Edmund. So this is Edmund's room. This is Edmund's office. What's this? Dr. Abram Amberton, Secret Codes. Such trivial ciphers as reading only... Restart. Such trivial ciphers as reading only the first word of every line are extremely easy to produce on short notice, but extremely unsafe and easy to decode. Consider this simple example. Money, as a denominator of value, has evolved and changed a lot. Still, in savvy hands, it's a powerful tool. Money has changed hands. Okay, so maybe we're on the lookout for a secret code. Oh, we looked at that. What's this one? So this is a bookshelf from the side is what we're looking at here, I've just realised. Platonello. Ideal Republic. Hilarious. Visions of a utopia with an order and structure. And we can't look inside. Okay, what are these rooms then? This door is locked. And this door is locked. Okay, top room has... Remember to take the 4th one from every row. Okay, so we're code talking here. I'm very warm. Raulo Cthulhu, Star Child. The fourth one from every row. So the fourth one from this row would be L, R. A stack of candles, an ink pot, and 2 shillings and twopence. And in this room, 4 shillings and a penny. Edmund Cloudsley writes, I will not change the rule that the staff member who's worked here the longest gets the bottom room. Do not bother me with such nonsense again. And a book. Mademoiselle, the Laceless Count. The besmirched lover of Lusitania. Okay. Are these books to do with the code? This doesn't have like a fourth one in the row. It would be D, something E, N, B, E. And a knife. And this was L, R. And this is a pillow with secrets inside. One secret is a pair of twig dolls and a bottle of pink liquid. Voodoo kind of stuff. Partially empty. Once your target has ingested the love potion, establish eye contact and hold it as long as possible. In most cases, the effects will be felt within 2 days, depending on your appearances. Okay, so this is a love charm thing that's happening. Who is in here? Is it Peter Batley? Because he's not a servant, and these are servants' quarters. Okay, downstairs. Now I believe this is going to be the back to the start. Okay, so this is the room we didn't go in. Let's start at the top. Oh, there's a lot of stuff. Let's start with the people. Let's start with the people. That's the rule. Thank you, dear. No, I threw it out. I do not read such dirty literature anymore. I do hope our master's guests are satisfied and that Brian served everything as instructed. And we got a bronze key, normal key, and the dinner party will take place on April the 8th. Everything should be ready before noon. Please prepare roasted boar. Young Miss Richards appears not to enjoy meat, therefore prepare some alternative side dish. Okay, cool. So, we just pop ourselves back up again and look at the table. Okay, so any of these people could be Richards, the salad eater. Right. Of course I can give you some candles for your room, Lucia. I assume you're itching to continue reading that scandalous novel. And she's got a key, of course. Dear Ada. 1 second. Under my head is the dinner table. I'm not looking at that just yet. So Lucia is this person. And Ada is this person. Back we go. Dear Ada, I have to use this letter to share some good news. There's no substance to the claims your late husband. There's no substance to the claims that your late husband used his position to squander church money. The judge has decided to remove all accusations, and you'll be no longer the target of baseless gossip. I truly and sincerely hope this will provide some comfort in these dark times when ignorance and impudence go hand in hand. May our Lord steward over our poor souls. Oops. Cool. Right, let's study the room. Haha. Okay, Mrs. Smith likes 2 eggs and a pot of tea each breakfast, no heavy food for dinner, and you're responsible for little Pip doing all his errands. Mr. Walker. I'm expected to be woken and dressed by 7 a.m. and I expect to receive my daily newspaper by noon. Mrs. Baker. I expect all my rooms to be cleaned every day, twice on the days I have visitors. NB. David Goran's job requires that he may arrive or leave during the night. No complaining about this. Edmund Cloudsley. And what's this? To Mrs. Smith for 3 years of service. Have a weird fucking gold cow calf jug. Okay, what's in the secret hole? Full bottles of red wine. A full bottle of brandy. What's in here? 3 loaves of bread, some lemons, opaque water bottles, sack of flour, potatoes, cut vegetables, and a big piece of meat for the roast. Door to the outside, not locked. Okay, and then more servants' quarters. This door is locked. This door is locked. Right, who's in here? A set of lock picks, not keys. There's the Ashblair tobacco. A dagger, a pistol, and a little note. David, clean up the barn until Wednesday. I plan to continue experimenting with the artifact. Edmund Cloudsley. Now, David, I think, is the stable hand. I think. This guy? No. Unclear. Oh, there's a little pouch. There's a little pouch in the ivy. It's got some iron keys in it. Mysterious. And this one. More candles. Dear Diary, this has been an extraordinary day, mostly spent in preparation for tomorrow's dinner event. I do believe the time has come for me to ask for a raise in salary after all these years I've loyally worked here. It's a difficult conversation to be had, but I will strengthen my will and talk to Master about it tomorrow. Okay. Hortius, the wise slave. Fables about rulers that make you think. So this could be TWVLET. Truvlit. It's not really anything, is it? That was me taking the 4th letter from each line, like the code said. £1 or 2 shillings and an ink pot. And under the bed, a sealed pot labelled print paint and a little political cartoon. Down with parasites. Too long they have feasted on our blood and sweat. And there's a little aristocratic gentleman on the shoulders of the common man. Okay. We've seen 33 out of 36 things. Ah, because we haven't gone here. So it's a mattress. Is this a room or is this a secret, like, I don't know. Monkey Man 1 versus the Strapped Dark Hand. And the Strapped Dark Hand is a man in a tiger suit. Monkey Man 2, tooth for tooth. A sort of a key with no teeth on it. So if you were to be forging keys or making lock pits, is this the starting piece before you start amending it? Whoops. Couple of pennies, a fancy handkerchief, and a shiny pocket watch. A small bottle filled with amber liquid. Amber liquid. There's a key that's been adjusted, I guess, from this one. And that's all of the stuff. And I'm very warm. Right, let's go into the thinking thing and see what it wants from us. I'm going to put you there. That gives us the maximum chance for you to see everything. So someone wanted someone dead, and thus someone poisoned the something and hid the necessary key in a something. At the dinner party, someone ingested the poison and died. I feel like we looked at a lot of information there. Maybe we need a little bit of a circle around to kind of work out what's what. I am quickly going to pause the recording and stand in front of a fan for a few minutes just to cool down because it's quite warm and I've had to turn off the fan and put on a t-shirt and all that stuff. So just, I'm going to say give me a few minutes. You're not going to see any time at all because I'm going to pause this. Okay, back in a sec. Okay, I'm moderately cooler. Let's finish this part. Let's do it. Someone wanted someone dead, and thus someone poisoned the something and hid the necessary key in a something. And then someone ingested the poison and died at the dinner table. Not necessarily the same person. Well, we know who that was. Oh crap! What's her name? We need to go to the kitchen. Ah, shit. What is her name? Her name is Cubert, right? This person's name is Cubert. Let me just do that. Rose Cubert, I think is her name. God, do I have to remember these things from previous chapters? Can I go back to previous chapters to check stuff out? And these are the names we need to fill out of where people... Shit. I need to sneeze. I've sneezed. So we need to work out who was staying in each of these rooms. We need to work out who was sitting around the table at different places. Okay. We know this guy was Batley. Oh, shit, what's his name? David Batley? No, it's David Goran. Peter Batley. I'm gonna struggle to remember these. Okay, let's go back to this room. Maybe it was the room below. Remember to take the fourth one from every row. The fourth one from every row. T-A-U-I-P-S. What does that say? That says nothing. That says Tawips. Okay. The fourth one from every row. That's your code, isn't it? Because here we had secret codes, trivial ciphers such as reading only the first word of every line, easy to produce on short notice, but extremely unsafe and easy to decode. The fourth one from every row. As first line on 2 of... No. Is it going to be one of the letters? You seem pretty pleased. Pleased boy, freed lords. Those have with dare? No. No, I don't think it's... So this is Peter Batley. I hear you're interested in Lady Richards. So he fancies... I wonder if that's... where's the Lady Richards one? Dear Uncle. I hear you're interested in Lady Richards. I think you're too old for her. I shall court her instead. So that leads me to think perhaps Peter Batley is interested in... Is this Lady Richards? Is there a Richards? Yes, there is. Okay. Possibly. What are the clues here? Star Child, a little bit of money, some candles, and some ink. So it's someone who's writing. Due to the sensitivities of your stomach, I advise abstaining from alcohol for next month. And this is all Edmund Cloudsley stuff. A little bit of opium, a little bit of peptic tonic. Peptic tonic, of course, was on the table. Do I need to write this down? So water is... So roast and salad are the meat and non-meat options. Amber is brandy. Right, write that down. Amber equals brandy. Red is wine. Okay, I don't need to write this down. Red is wine. Yellow is the lemon stuff. We'll call it lemonade. And cloudy is peptic tonic. So, for example, if we go around the table, peptic tonic, water, wine, lemonade, brandy, and so on, right? And cigar. Now, downstairs, we've got coats. And this one had cigars in it. Why did you have a cigar? Please show us line coats. Okay, so David wanted the Ash Blair tobacco. Right? So, is this David? Yes, this is a note to David. So, David is here. I think his name's David Goran. Let's go back to here. Let's just double check. David. Right, this is David. He's got a set of lockpicks. Please clean up the barn until Wednesday. He's got a dagger. He's got a bunch of stuff, hasn't he, David? Now, how do I identify David? And he's also got, yeah, lockpicking implements. Okay, that's David. This person has paint and makes cartoons. Dear diary. This has been an ordinary day spent in preparation for tomorrow's dinner event. Take the 4 from every line yet. And in... Yeah, the, to, after. That's terrible. Ask for a raise in salary. I've been loyal for many years. Interesting clue. I don't know what it means. And which one has the stuff in the pillow? So you're the person that's in love. You've got a knife. Ah, this is the smut. This is the smut. Of course I can give you some candles for your room, Lucia. I assume you're itching to continue reading that scandalous novel. Thank you, dear. No, I threw it out. I do not read such dirty literature anymore. Okay, I read these backwards. I hope our master's guest is satisfied that Brian served everything as usual. Okay, so our servants are David, who I've put in a room, Brian, Ada, and Lucia. So Lucia reads the smut. So this note that Lucia has doesn't seem to give any information about Lucia, other than she's asking to prepare Roasted boar. Miss Richards appears not to enjoy meat. So Miss Richards is... So on the other side of things, we've got Miss Richards. We've got Batley. And these other people. But Miss Richards is a plant eater. I'll put that down. Prepare some alternative side dish. You've got a key and you've got, interestingly, one of these funky keys. And you... This is the letter about your husband didn't squander church money. So does anyone have a bunch of money in here? I mean, you got a little bit of money. You've got candles. And you're asking for more money. We know who you are. This person was asking for a... this person... So... Oh, God, I've got to just... So this person worked here the longest, is what this suggests. I'm drawing a picture of the 4 rooms and trying to just place facts about them. And was also... in love. Put a little heart there. Establish eye contact. Pink liquid. Okay. The top person also had candles. So, hang on. No candles. So you've got candles. I'm going to be all over the place with this. Who's got candles? Have you got candles? You've got candles. And ink. I don't know what these books are telling us. The wise slave. Need money. This person's worked here for many years. And you've got candles. Okay, so I'm wondering if these two are candle people. I can give you some candles for your room. So maybe Lucia doesn't have candles. Maybe Lucia is one of these other people. So maybe... sorry, maybe... Yeah, Lucia doesn't have candles. So maybe Lucia is this person. Take the 4th from every row. Star Child. Which room has the smut in it? This is the smut room. Pair of twig dolls. What do we think? Who do we think these are? Hold eye contact. Are you holding eye contact? No, wait. Wait. Is this love potion in the pillowcase of the person who's trying to make someone fall in love with them, or is this love potion in the pillowcase of the target? Like, has the person planted it here? Is that how it works? I think it's probably going to be in the person who wants someone to fall in love with them, but I suddenly thought, what if it's the other way around? And this does have the smut. And then what's in the secret room? Loads of stuff. Monkey Man. Amber liquid, brandy. So do we think this person is the same as this person because of the ink and the cartoons and such? Did they make Monkey Man? Is this a thing they made? God, it's hard, isn't it? And there's a little black jacket there as well. Interesting. I'm going to have to call it here. We've been over an hour. I'm going to have to cool down and come back to it. And maybe my mind will have cleared. We've got lots of clues to kind of bring together. Why does everybody have a bunch of keys, for example? All right, we'll come back to it in episode 3. I wasn't expecting to kind of break in the middle of a part, but it's kind of briefly bamboozled me. So we'll come back and we'll consider all the clues we've got. And maybe my mind will start churning things in the interim and I'll come back and I'll be like, I've had a thought. Unlikely, but there's a chance. Thanks for watching. If you've got thoughts, maybe don't spoil them in the comments, but you know, I always like hearing your thoughts. So yeah, let me know. And I'll see you in the next one when we'll find out how this poison affair went down. Bye for now.